हाय वॉच पार्टी देखते हैं यार थोड़े
Refreshing to see again on a dream run like this, an underdog dark horse. Spring looking to pressure up towards Tree. Devi again, counter three, almost caught one here. YU now again shows presence on the other side. So ice towards the minimap. Look what happens. Immediately, Paper X looking to isolate the weaker side of this default, but they pick up the pace towards A.
I like the intention, actually, I really do. But the problem is the stall out's fantastic from Paper X. Denying that space being taken freely. They're here quickly, pop up the ult from something. Information galore in 25 seconds. We are now at pressure stations. Forsaken down on 30, has to respect the paint shell. A spray through the smoke here doesn't land, but something does. They're dwindling in numbers. ZENITH BB and Spring, the last two standing, and they are cornered here. This adjustment from Paper X. Divine! Stunning from them, they worked it so well.
Now that is a beautiful recovery, considering what happened elsewhere. It was paranoia, showstopper, so much thrown towards YU. And in that situation, Wolves just kind of need to go, 1 for 2 in terms of approaching A site. They do that. Paper X still come back.
This is really nice for Paper X. Again, even seeing that discipline start to an extent, right? That dose of discipline at the beginning, the second contact's made.
A sprinkle of discipline.
That's as much as we're going to get. That's as much as we're going to get. But honestly, I like that though. And again, those quick rotations, starting to read what Wolves are doing, identifying YU where he was. And yeah, the trap was there, but even those rotations went in so quick. Back into the mix of things, by both sides, still lacking for some areas on Paper X's side. You're going to see that Guardian still in the hands of Devi. And a stack up from Wolves. And on the other side, Forsaken, not too far, a clear towards Mound, and a wanted punish. You can see they're starting to read this, maybe Mound pressure, trying to maybe toy with those expectations off of that Fade utility.
They kind of know Forsaken's the key stakeholder in terms of those set pieces outside C. Try to shut him down here. Again, beautiful read or assessment, I guess, of the previous situation.
And some people may look at these two teams and see them as just those mechanical monsters, but this is a really cerebral game so far.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Seeing these rotations on rotations, these adjustments. Oh, Spring almost. And now a moment of quiet here.
That could slow things down potentially.
Yeah, they're not able to kind of pre-take, I guess. And the plant's going to come in. Now this should encourage movement here. Just going to kind of eat the Prowler, still close range, still able to use the shorty just fine. Weapons not right, and the knife's not ready. So a 3v3 in the post. Look at the position from YU. That is, coming in from ZENITH BB. He's still on the way, but they've still got to slow things down. YU does well. Lightsaw still has to hold ground here, and now the silence becomes deafening. The position becomes questioned. They don't know where he is, but they're going to hazard a guess. ZENITH BB does well on one. Draws Devi off the defuse. Just needs to keep his cool here. This would be everything for him, trying to play to the time, play to the tempo, play to the clock, and play it like a phantom. ZENITH BB! Beautiful for the Red Bull clutch!
This guy, time and time again, looks so composed in the clutch. It closes out a 7-5 half here, Lauren. Fantastic stuff from Wolves.
This has been an exceptional game so far. Just brilliant from both sides. And again, on surface, you may have thought, it's not going to be this, really cerebral matchup. But this has been a wondrous affair.
It really has. That's any sort of taster here towards the second half. Don't go anywhere, we'll find out very shortly.
Yeah, we will, because we do have a bit of a treat as well coming up. We do have the one and only Mixwell standing by for us. So that'll be where we're going to in just a second. So I can't wait to hear from him. He's been in these scenarios. Let's see how that feels from the other side.
Well, one of the perks of being here live during finals weekend is being able to run into legends such as Mixwell, who's co-streaming here from the venue now. Welcome back to Canada. You've been here before. What do you think about the crowd so far?
I think the crowd is one of the loudest I've ever seen, to be honest. I traveled to a lot of tournaments in VCT, so they are doing a great job.
Yeah, It's very exciting to be among them now. You have a little bet when it comes to Wolves. Can you explain it to everybody what happens if Wolves win this event?
I wasn't familiar with their game. At the start of the tournament, I said that if Wolves wins the event, I'm gonna go bold. So now I'm afraid I need PRX to win today, please.
Toronto, what are the chances do you think of him going bold? Come on, are Wolves going to win this event?
I'm supporting the
Oh, it's not looking good for you, Mix. It's not looking good. Now, some of the players on stage, you know, we've really seen their personality. Sufa, BB, Forsaken, they're on their feet. They're hyping up the crowd. As a former player who also enjoys that atmosphere, how important is it to have that hype man on your team?
I think it's really important, especially when they are down. Some games, Wolves were down and Sufa brought Juicy back, for example. And I think it's crucial. I think that you have to play with the crowd, you have to enjoy the moment, you have to be in the moment. And Wolves, especially, they are enjoying it a lot. And a lot of people want to cheer for them as well because of that energy. And now I like them. Even though I might go bold, I like them.
All right, we shall see. I hope you do go bold at the end of this event. Thank you very much, Mixwell, for joining me. And let's see if PaperX can maybe save him in the second half.
The one thing I will absolutely agree with is this crowd has been amazing. For both teams as well.
But the second thing I will say is actually referencing back something we were talking about in the cast the other day. We do see the econ report here from Coinbase. Again, very evenly contested first half here. YU the ones to really pull ahead here for Wolves, but also Divide on the other side of things. But just to come back to that same point, again, the resilience. Juicy the other day, an absolute stinker of a first half.
Yeah, really struggled.
But again, the vibes never changed on stage. You could see maybe hints of frustration coming through, but that's where players like Sufan, BB really pay dividends in terms of a team's mental.
I mean, we talk about the sixth man, right? Being that crowd behind you to get you back going.
You almost need a conductor actually from the stage to be able to actually channel that back into getting a team back online, and Wolves certainly have tapped into that here in Toronto.
All right, PaperX now on the attack, 5-7. Oh, Divide, headliner, a big player in big games too. Don't forget what this man can do. 3 pivotal kills, and a stark reminder of who PaperX can be.
We dictate the pace now. You can't sit back in the default. We'll bring the fight to you. Now, YU in Spring, well, just YU left now in a 1v5. An ace needed. Jing gonna shut down any hope of recovery. Kicking off the second half with a flawless round victory.
And you're right, I think what you said, controlling that tempo, making their fights their own. Hard to handle on all occasions.
PaperX are going to dial into that. And actually, really, I guess we've asked this before of Wolves to kind of stabilize a little bit in the second half and really get to grips with what their opponent's going to try and achieve here. Is, again, no secrets on the way in from PaperX. Your second successful approach towards A. Hopefully.
Again, look towards Divide here, 2 away from his ult so early on. I mean, that could be there for the bonus, right? Huge.
It was like, yeah, his third 3K or something.
One off now.
So far.
That's brilliant. Massive tap inside. That could be lovely for them to have in the back pocket. Something that Wolves will have to deal with.
Coming to your first buy round, to have that ultimate available is brutal. Wow.
Guys,
a response now.
Easy, Tiger. We shouldn't get more dangerous than this. Stop it. Stop it. Jing and Forsaken keep this in control. Stop it. What has gone on? Forsaken left in a 1v2. Come on, Forsaken, surely you keep this safe. Backpedaling away, trying to play the time now. This should never have been this close. See that being forced to move. But that's got way closer.
Come down to a Red Bull clutch here. Just one rifle retained. Now you're almost relying on Divide's ult to be the turning point here. But PaperX are able to get purchase together. Jing judge, but I saw finding so much value here. Oh,
God.
Time
Okay.
Blood pressure check required for Alex.
We'll get the heart rate monitors out next time. Now, again, keep in mind they do have Device ult here. So this is something you've got to see them build around, be aware of. Little paint shots try and maybe delay.
I mean, Wolves are just perfectly for this. There's actually nobody here. Yes. Entry found, but it's a full 5v5 in the post.
Sketchy timing on this. And it looks like something wants to try and hold this back. They're willing to try and brawl on the site. They're not sitting deep at all here. Something wants to draw blood. PRX still standing by. Oh, it's messy! And now there's an opportunity. PRX though, banking on Jing! And you know he'll give you a couple here. Beautiful from him! Now down in the 1v2. Incredibly difficult for ZENITH OP again. Not gonna happen. Jing's got that one all day long.
The tempo shift here on the half. Certainly suiting PaperX. Now one to the good, 8-7 the scoreline. This jump up close and personal. Jing 4 on the round for him. Good progress towards the showstopper as well. Gonna potentially, should PaperX have that for the next buy round here. Wolves down on a bit of a Shiko. Ultimates to their name. I mean, ZENITH OP the closest, and well, actually, Lysor one away from the TP, but not necessarily too impactful.
Okay. And that's something no one else is here, so the game should be given away to an extent. Obviously now, the hit being noted by YU, trying to buy time, but it's hard to hold this back, right? It's a flood of players, full kit.
Nobody was watching, don't worry. We didn't see it.
Yeah, we didn't see it. All good. PaperX though, got to steady the ship here. Can still get a little bit scary. And now Juicy does have that Vandal, right? Can they play him in? The post plant is purely on the site itself, Mike. There isn't anyone sitting deep.
Well, I mean, he's got 4 sheriffs basically to rally behind here and try and make this rifle work. Found the first. Patman's fallen.
Devi now. Gonna have to do work here. ZENITH OP does well. Devi though. I told you before, this man is a big player in big games. And he just had a hell of a ZENITH OP does well. Devi though. The work here. ZENITH OP does well. Devi though. Look at this. And they needed him. They needed this. It was all going wrong. Oh,
that is just
magic.
Beautiful to watch back. He's going through it.
They're getting close, Wolves, right? They're getting close on these rounds, getting a little bit scary. But the scoreline looking good for PaperX. 9-7, a buy back in hand for Wolves, though. They have to stop the rot fast.
This could be the round to find that response. Back to ZENITH OP's ultimate. This time around, obviously retrieve the orb outside C. There is a bit of a gap here with Forsaken, the solo anchor towards A. Obviously, possibility here. Patman and second player actually to come across fairly quickly, but
well, here comes the test. Patman, don't know if that's going to reach. It does, so Lysor will be noted. Draws the paranoia. Okay, counter on counter. They can't hear a thing here. Devi though, unaffected, unfazed. 35 seconds getting close now. The paranoia burnt early, and Lysor needs to be ready. There's still a lot of pressure coming his way. You're going to hear the ults coming out to secure the plant, but Lysor still does the damage. Can't do the dance though with Forsaken. And that's a beautiful catch from ZENITH OP, punishing Jing on the push-up. And now the plant gets hindered. Problems now mounting. Spring at the door, and now it's just on Devi. Position noted earlier, they should be aware. But this man's dangerous, but not today. Spring's got his number. And Wolves back within touching distance.
So we needed them to find a response here. Finally stop that string of rounds.
9-3 or 9-4 or 9-6 or match thoda wo
Been costly here on both sides. And Showstopper shut down here from Jing, desperate to try and convert.
I think I want to lose
It's worth some money from PaperX.
Yeah,
See how
I mean,
close these rounds have been.
It's not necessarily been a walk in the park for that string of rounds, but Jing looking to put this rifle to work. Start of round 18.
He's had a feel-good round not too long ago. Ooh,
Oh, look at that anti-TP sets up!
Oh, it's so sick! You think Wolves are just another team? They're certainly not very ready for what PaperX wanted to bring. Forsaken picking up what feels like the cursed rifle at this point. Just dropping hand to hand. Divided well last time in a scenario not too dissimilar to this, but not be able to get it this time. Yeah, handled. Wolves fully ready.
Something just walking into a blender. Was it both nanos actually into that corner? The alarm bot was there as well.
Yeah.
Obviously the vulnerable taking effect.
Second time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the second is here.
No escape, really. God.
And actually, yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, Jing's forced into the line of sight as well. So great little setup here from Wolves will actually get them a second round. Force a timeout as well from PaperX. So we'll be required to stand on their own 2 feet now for the remainder. 9-9 the scoreline.
I just keep thinking, oh, okay, PaperX back to 4 in the row. You start to have Jing popping off. You've got Divide doing, you know, acing out. It looked good. But then these last two, Wolves never feel like they look like they're under pressure. It's always possible with them. That nice little setup, these last 2 rounds, very considered.
Find themselves in a really good position actually here in terms of defensive ultimates. They got 1 away from the lockdown. Springs 1 off the pit. 2 more for Juicy to find the showstopper. And yes, options on the side of PaperX, but in terms of this defensive ult cycle, they feel really, really good about themselves. So again, even with that string of rounds now, look at what's in the bank for PaperX. What's behind this purchase? I even hear a broken purchase. Look at some of the shields.
This feels tense though, because this was the one from the timeout, right? This is the one with the plan in mind for PaperX. The last check-in with the coaching staff, unless we get OT.
Wolves getting a little active here as well, actually.
Off the back of the timeout, why not? A traditional reaction. Is PaperX aware? Something. There's 3 players in that smoke. He may think there's 1, but will he expect all 3? Quick enough to find 1. Great paranoia from Forsaken as well. Do they try and go on the hunt from this? Oh, the TP's lovely. Big investment on that, but I like the idea behind it, taking a lot of space. But look at towards the site. It's, yeah, Juicy still standing here, pops the ult, plays it well. Oh, catching Jing midair! He can't get away from him. Brought back to life before from CUBB, and now he's standing on his own 2 feet. Divide left. All on his own. Surrounded, and he doesn't even know it. He thought that TP might have cut right through him, it didn't. The Wolves still standing together, fighting together. Divide does what he can, putting up the stand, the Wolves taking the lead.
Executed to perfection here. We get a crucial trade from Juicy, but then to find the second, the showstopper comes through, that splash damage. I can't believe that even catches on Jing. Outrageous scenes here.
Are you starting to believe now? The way this half started, I thought it was going to go kind of par for course, right? What you'd expect. But the Wolves, once again, proving they are lethal about their business. So we go again. Money, not looking good for PaperX. It's Stingers, it's a Sheriff, it's a Bulldog. Brought together from the bargain bin, basically, here. Can they make something with it? Ooh, a little bit of chip on the way. Position now noted. Super BB on the site here. Got C's and his Prowlers, but they are advanced to this. Lights on court sleeping, not expecting the pace. Juicy, a wild play through the smoke. He's gonna find two, but Spring's now here. It gets a bit messy, but it's working out, at least for now, in Wolves' side.
Not great here for Pac-Man, though.
Oh, do you really go for that? No.
He certainly doesn't feel safe to just stick the plant out, so they're waiting for something. Does have the ultimate here, but again, 2v3, it doesn't feel good.
And that chip on Pac-Man too, the starting to feel it. Something's going to have to go nuclear. Try and save the day, but none of these fights, these engagements are fair for him. YU does well, leaving Pac-Man with 21 HP, and not a prayer to be had. Wolves again now, round by round, taking this away from PaperX.
They hit 11 here. This is God getting into some really awkward territory now. You can see this is effectively a force up here. Ultimates are plenty. We're talking about some of those defensive ultimates here for Wolves. See how it lies here for PaperX. This is going to take up the lion's share. Obviously, the round loss bonus is going to be a consideration, but could potentially face Wolves here on map point on a broken buy.
On PaperX's map choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It all starts to compound here, but they're not there yet. 4 in a row, unanswered. Alt starting to build, money looking solid. We're gonna need a PaperX round.
Who's next?
Gonna need someone to step up, and it looks like something wants to try and trailblaze his way forward. Good info, 2 spotted, and the rest now filling behind that.
So whether or not they were trying to set up for potentially a paranoia there.
Oh, the paranoia was fine on one, but it doesn't quite Juicy. Still standing, still breathing. Forsaken gonna find the trade out towards Lightsaw. Nice from PaperX. Unwilling to relent on the site now. Spring and what? Oh my God, what a shot. Couldn't get the second. Forsaken wants this. YU, a 1v3. This would be something special. But a lifeline for PaperX. Jump spot towards Street, that's from Divide. Time's been bought, couldn't get the punish fast enough. And now they know the position. The cross should be the death of YU. I say should. Yeah, they're not giving him an inch here. Very well handled by PaperX in the end. They had to keep their cool there.
Almost a lifeline here in terms of the bigger picture. Brings it within 1. Not allowing Wolves to really sit back on their laurels and rely on these ultimates. Getting so sloppy on that first kill. The paranoia almost setting things in motion, but Forsaken just...
Heroics there.
Yeah, just absolutely bulldozing his way onto site.
Those were your last words.
Wolves a late timeout in the half in the map, round 22. Comfortable financially, so he's still got those ultimates actually building back towards Juicy and Siu Fat BBs. Almost a stacked deck here in terms of this cycle.
Yeah, it starts looking a bit scary, and that Jing's 2 away from his. Forsaken 1 off and 2 away from Patman's, but as I said, this feels like we're getting really...
Well, again, you think about it as well, if you don't invest these ultimates early on, you never really get a clean 5v5 retake versus PaperX, because they'll find a plant, but they'll also, more often than not, push towards spawn, try and find a kill, weaken that setup. So if Wolves do have any kind of set pieces around these ultimates, you're really looking towards Spring and YU to mitigate that risk and sit deep enough where you're not really going to be able to rely on it too much, but say PaperX, they're a team that reads into that sort of thing so well.
Well, I'm probably going to see a paint shell. I imagine maybe a C's perhaps, who knows, but you're seeing the way that PaperX want to pass.
Well, first time actually the stars align for a fight towards Rubble here.
God, this could be right off the rip. Here we go. Already paint shell comes in, C's not going to find it, but the reveal is fantastic. Juicy gonna go down, Forsaken doubling in. This is lovely from them. See if Baby does answer back in kind, but PaperX aren't stopping. They want the site. And yeah, beautifully done by something. Yeah, that's stunning. almost singular in approach, just banking on themselves.
Plant coming through with 120 left on the clock. It's a haymaker from Paperex and it lands once more. Similar to those early rounds we did see in the second half.
This shouldn't be possible. A 1v3. It shouldn't be possible, and it isn't. Something in the end to add the full stop to that sentence. But it is 11-11, Mike. Paperex have found what they needed, but it's getting close here. The money's still in place for Wolves. And you're looking at those ults, they become such a heavy factor, but this reveal was everything. They become such a heavy factor, but this reveal was everything.
Lysol, unfortunately, still in the committed position. Fat BB, unfortunately, I guess, just caught off guard by the flash. Tried to turn it, Paperex staring you down. Paperex maybe feel as if they found the recipe here. Slower approach this time around.
Slow approach.
No resistance shown early on, at least, from Wolves. Now, so this is both YU and Spring, though. Spring's going to continue pushing forwards. Might catch Divine spawn.
Yeah, trying to almost sell this fake, but Divine completely unawares. They hadn't seen this sort of look before, but if anything, it encourages his approach towards A now.
He does have the showstopper as well, though.
Yeah, this is going to get tense. Both players stuck on the back of the side now. Ready for the swing, but not ready for the shot. Lysol handles Forsaken, waiting for the pop of the Olin. Jing's landed it. 3v3 now. Tension rising. Something holding the push through the door on the other side now. Rewarded. Nice from him. Man advantage and Plant next on the cards.
See the lockdown invested here. It's a 2v3. The response comes through from Patmen, but Paperex going to get to fight this. YU's found one.
Yeah, beautiful from him. They've got to react to it now. Something, it wasn't clean enough. And Jing, what do you do?
He's caught.
What do you do?
They can just stick it.
Yeah. I can't believe it. YU just has to hold guard. And for Jing, he just has to stand back and watch as the 12 gets taken away in the final hour of regulation. Wolves take the lead.
See here, the purchase going to be rough for Wolves, but they find that response, finally finding the opportunity to invest the lockdown. I mean, it's another situation where you just see Forsaken again, just digging so deep. Jing hitting the drive-by as well. Zach kills Rob with the follow-up here onto something. This is one ultimately that can bail Jing out in that situation. They're coming into this though. Wolves still have a pit, still have a showstopper. Big tools to work with here in round 24. The moment of silence will drop. Paperex poised now.
Cover going out.
Once again, it's like actually a big info there. Cats are drifting away here, not necessarily looking committed. It being Jing, obviously, the tip of the spear on some of these set pieces, but Paperex are actually going to contact up.
It all feels like the calm before the storm.
Wolves almost scratching their heads here. They invest the pit over, expecting maybe that with that information, Paperex are rotating towards C.
There's the info, but are you ready for the hit? How do you play it for Lysol? Oh my god, he's going for the heroics. Oh! He went for the heroics and it worked out for one. Not going to get a second as Paperex now finds stability on the site. Into the post plant, something playing a little further ahead. He wants a one and done and back away. No one's given him that yet though. And the time ticking for Paperex here. This is good for them. Still ults in play though. Juicy has his. You've heard that invested. Flies on the site, but something goes well. Gets one back. The showstopper does one. Wait, something got lost. And a trade for Spring. It's into a 2v2. It ain't over yet. You're looking at the post plant for Devi and Jing here. Can they hold on to this? Paint shell posted by some seconds. They needed to stay alive. Devi digging deep. And they're not dead yet. They're not done yet. You should have killed them when you had a chance. Paperex bringing it back to 12 apiece.
Of course we see overtime here on the first map of this series. An insane exchange here throughout the second half. PaperX is showing a brazen approach.
No fear.
Almost their trademark game plan here. But Wolves, I gotta say it, seemingly up to the challenge. Everything gets reset now for round 25. Those ultimates will be reset as well. I mean, Wolves, perfect position to close out now, but back onto the attacking side.
The timing's going to be critical on this. They've read it. They've read it really well here.
Same piece we've seen previously.
And it worked out well for a 2-for-2 trade in the end, but this time, Jing, something in unison. They're not going to let him even have a chance into this. Denied from the very word go. And Wolves want back in. They're taking the fight. And he can't do that. PaperX locked in on this. A 4v2. They should find stability, Mike. But Wolves look unwilling to back away. They don't want to go elsewhere.
They're expecting PaperX to rotate away from this and give up the space, but PaperX reading this perfectly. Still got both extremities controlled as well, so
it's so difficult. They need a freebie. They need something, and it ain't happening. PaperX looking sharp here. Right read, right place, right shots.
draw first blood this set piece once more. On the back of the Seasonade. This time around, no casualties, no trade found. Able to stick the landing. Wolves to call a timeout here ahead of the second round in overtime.
So impressed by PaperX's mental here though, because they've been put through the ringer on this. Again, it's pressure on them more than anything, right? If you're Wolves, you've already done more than expected.
In fine form today. But yeah, again, usually with Wolves you'd be talking about, you know, this unknown quantity and, you know, hard to read and stuff like that. The fact that we're talking about actually there is some familiarity between these two teams, it makes it a little bit more interesting because we've seen kind of counters to both approaches.
Yeah.
PaperX showing they're able to dismantle those defaults, and Wolves also looking as if they're very adept at dealing with early round aggression. And I'm with you on that one.
Again, you look at PaperX, they are a legacy team here, right?
Yeah, legacy.
They have that one destination in mind, that final stop. The Wolves standing in their way of that grand final. And it's down to the wire between these two. So we go again. Similar scenes, it looks like, right? It almost looks like rinse and repeat, but Jing this time is fast. Oh, and he does get it!
Sure.
Lysor has gone down. It looked a little laboured, but YU swings in. Oh, he gets a second! Hold on, PaperX, held back here now.
Spike just behind the wall as well. Not necessarily a comfortable push out here.
That's
for
both
Wolves
players.
To control. Yeah, Divine and Forsaken.
I have the spike.
Will be given an opportunity to reset a little bit here, but find themselves in a 2v3.
Oh, I thought they were leaving Devi there. God.
Shadows traveling.
So no paranoia. Going to be a little gap on a follow-up smoke here. Spark comes through. Juicy still got satchels. Spring still with a snake bite, so a couple of tools here at Wolves' disposal.
Oh, it's so tense now. You're going to need someone to over-deliver, and they do! PaperX take it deep, and Spring can't stand! PaperX, it took so long to get there, but that legacy team holding strong.